Ladies and gentlemen, from Santa Cruz, California, put your hands together for Eliquate!
Reoccurring dream I seem to have every night that all of a sudden I'm standing under a spotlight and I can see the first 3 rows and they are not quite impressed with my first act. Yeah, this has got like way more stressful than the dream I had last night. I was a professional, something just like a past life. Tonight, the crowd seems anxious for action. I got nothing that'll meet their satisfaction, and I'm terrified. Wanna break down and just ask them for lines to my own play, but I'm afraid they would just laugh. Then a standing ovation towards the exit would ensue as I choke on my attempts to work this empty room. Those that stuck around felt no choice but sympathy, as if they feel a cry cause I refuse to quit. Simply look for an exit, but the crowd is not left yet. Face built for radio, grabs the mic, check, is this thing on? Feedback says the next step, say something important, come on, they need that freshness. All things considered, they've been rather patient. It's borderline rude for you to keep them waiting, stating bated breath tends frustrating, so afraid there's nothing left to mend, upgrading to pretend this is me all along and I'm fading. The song I meant to sing now seems so degrading, so a long drawn pause stands in its stead as my best song sung stays stuck in my head, and I'm waiting, hoping they will catch what was said. Realizing it's a dream, I decide to stay in bed. Hands up! Come on! Yo, I want to see some fucking feet off the floor! See me, I've always been me, and that's what makes me special. You've always been you, and that's what makes you special too. We were a C+ average at best collectively. Seems we're nothing meant to impress. This doesn't mean that you're not special, no friend. This only means you're only as special as the next. The acceptance of this has a bipolar effect, equal decreasing in value, increasing the peer respect. Shallow talent pool, so easy to see that less is more in most cases. In case you forget, an abundance of people to remind you, and yet 7 billion centers of the universe, I'd bet not one of them would admit they would never survive if the world ended tomorrow, leaving the strongest alive. Extras in a movie replaced by CGI. Story's not about them, they are just a device to prove that some of us are born to work the lights. Actors never know how much control we hold, rightfully so. Let them believe it's their scene. Crowd will not applaud if they don't see the fucking thing. 7.6 billion people, all competing for the same depleting resources, all believing that there is no threshold, all believing we are all special. So nice to know that we are all special. So nice to know that we are all exceptional. So nice to know I am not the only one. So nice to know that I am not the only one. So nice to know that we are all special. So nice to know that we are all exceptional. So nice to know that I am not the only one. So nice to know that I am not the only one. Who put such a high value on to being special? Decided everything is paramount to be successful. Invited only those they thought of as equals, and then found themselves alone at a party with all their friends. Maestro, strike up the crickets. Night ends, light bulbs flicker, doors lock. Slight tendency for me and the rest of the people I meet to agree we're the exception. Rest perception to see tree hits the ground and soundless the leaves. Others will write a letter surrounded that reads, pass it along. Someone who they think can hang. Tell them open up, one word, dot, dot, dot. Bang. He died for time, more fit for your time. Sore line between human being and fourth kind. Dream they chose me to dissect for sport. I'm as average as the next, except the short side. In fact, I can rap, contort rhymes, capture little fragmented opinions, and of course find a way for that tree-written letter to make it a household name. Doesn't make me better, so let up a little bit on yourself or go get the motivation needed to be average, cause it gets tough when the median is set by people who are fed up with being called average. They've had it though haven't said such. 7.6 billion people, all competing for the same depleting resources, all believing there is no threshold, still believing that we are all special. High catalyst. So nice to know that we are all special. So nice to know that we are all exceptional. So nice to know that I am not the only one. So nice to know that I am not the only one. So nice to know that we are all special. So nice to know that we are all exceptional. So nice to know that I am not the only one. So nice to know that I am not the only one. guys are friendly. In this life, there are customers and employees. Customers get the benefit of being naive, never aware they're constantly being sold shit, distracted by the merchandise. They only want to hold it. They identify with the brands and fancy advertisements, used to the fact personality on consignment. All is fine inside the world, no depth exists for them to find. It's all at face value. They don't really seem to mind. Ignorance is bliss, but it's still ignorance while we buy into the cost of obliviousness. It may seem that we're getting out ahead, lest we forget cost comes back in the end. When it's time to check out, they spend what they're worth. No substance we purchase, no purpose to their birth. And I'm sorry, farmers, options that seem first. Burden that becomes of us spending that time at work. Excuse me, I was hoping I could get some help. Could you include me? Make me feel better about myself, renew me. Or point me to the shelf that leads me to the point that I don't have to ask for help. Excuse me, I was hoping I could get some help. Could you include me? Make me feel better about myself, renew me. Or point me to the shelf that leads me to the point I don't have to ask for help. We're all burdened with the blessing of others, and all burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others. It's in employing ourselves. Selves are uncovered, then all burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others. It's in employing ourselves that ourselves are uncovered, then. In this life, there are customers and employees. Employees are the people with the customers and their needs. Too aware of the truth of operation. Magic in the fabric is as magic as a facelift with patience. Go to work every single day. Know that if they don't, this whole shit would break up. Those displays are just daily labor. They are no longer fazed by the glamour, the escape, the satisfaction. Knowing that shirt and how it fits you is a piece of plastic in a box we had to dig through. Getting tired of having to pick up after you. On the day we retire, we'll know what satisfaction was. A hard day's work. Paycheck to match it, cause 2 hands, my back, all that I have to trust. At the end of the day, hope what I'm flying worth the hype and the time that you took to buy. Put them up, everybody, one time. Everybody, a couple more times. And in the back, if you're feeling these vibes, let me see your fucking hands going up to the sky now. Can I get a whoa? All burdened with the blessing of others, and all burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others, employing ourselves and ourselves are uncovered, then all burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others, employing ourselves and ourselves are uncovered, then all burdened with the blessing of others, and burdened with the blessing of others, and all burdened with the blessing of others, and employing ourselves that ourselves are uncovered, then. I would like to note that Mr. Stevens here is playing with a broken hand. That's fucking dedication. Everybody, let me see you march with me. A single word. Sometimes it's all we seem to need to calm the nerves. A validation that someone else can see what is observed and so dependent on its tangibility. Just deserved and so substandard like language we speak. Rely on skin, not this time it's getting thin. Tend to blend our mixed emotions, not knowing what it is that makes us tick. Never know how compliments can stick. Passive judgment, lots of thus is ill-equipped to follow the leader in either position picked. The drift becomes the option. It's nice to know that this is fix a ticket cost for what I've lost and what I've missed. Opportunity to prove to thee worthy of this gift of word. Solitary term I gain to find. It's the one that makes me wonder. Everything that is mine is articulated space. Concept of the mind based in a matrix of 5 senses. I'm trying to make the best of this obscurity. Vague position blind. What you label maturity. Insistent is my climb, my word. Reason I'm pulled up out of belt. Matter how you define it or pronounce it. Simply so. But it's the simplest syntax events back control. The best we can do to express or compose or sum up the feeling we feel when we fold. Reason we search for the words we are told. Simplest syntax events back control. The best we can do to express or compose or sum up the feeling we feel when we fold. The reason we search for the words we are told. For the words we are told. Everybody, we trust in words of encouragement. You know the cliches, we seek them, fiend them, need those words these days. My people, these are your people. Keep faith in people. Redundancy to make the point display that we're all we got, so it's not in our interest to let them call the shots. Plot for our inventions. We're building a bridge to burn it down and laugh. Each other's misfortunes enough efforts to pass. But God was the network of the way of life at last. We're forced to work together or forever will have passed.
that make me president, precedent of collapse. Set the misdirection, but disaster makes a fast selection of who is natural. Those who get the shafts. Massive attention means suspension of the class. Necessity get the best of the rest of humanity. Sensibly rest is left for the propensity. Tangling up that web preventing me. Freedom we were so sure we'd get eventually. Means to make our dreams come true are relentlessly misused, confused to make friend and enemy. I choose shoulder to shoulder. One entity said the best I can. I have the words of what they meant to me. And it's as simple as syntax and pens back control. The best we can do to express or compose or sum up the feeling we feel when we fold. Reason we search for the words we are told. Simple as syntax and pens back control. The best we can do to express or compose or sum up the feeling we feel when we fold. Reason we search for the words we are told. For the words we are told. Ladies and gentlemen, you're just having too much fun. Control, best we can do to express or compose or sum up the feeling we feel when fold is the reason we search for the words. Go! Simple as syntax and pens back control, best we can do to express or compose or sum up the feeling we feel when we fold. Reason we search for the words we are told. Words we are told. Hey, hey, hey!